Congratulations on your rental from Great Adventures RVs. Our family started this company so that others could experience the same thing that we have. Amazing journeys and truly great adventures. You're about to head out in a self-contained home on wheels. And while there's nothing that's rocket science about it, it will do you a great deal of good to watch this video in its entirety and make sure that you are familiar with the features of this motorhome. We'll also provide an adventurer orientation and inspection walkthrough when you pick up the RV. And all of this is so that when you hit the road, you're spending your time making memories and not trying to figure out how to turn on the refrigerator. As you prepare to hit the road, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First, this motorhome is nearly 12 feet tall. So as you're driving, be aware of your surroundings and keep an eye out for low-hanging limbs and other height-restricted areas, such as low bridges and the canopies at gas stations. Use caution as you navigate through tunnels and bridges. This RV is also nearly 9 feet wide, and so it's going to handle very differently than the car you may be used to driving. Also keep in mind that this unit is 32 feet long. Use a helper when backing and maneuvering, and be especially mindful when turning. The back end swings out, and one of the most common RV collisions is turning too soon and clipping the tail, as you can see in this demonstration. So be sure to pull well clear of any obstacles before making your turn. When you make camp, be sure you park on level ground. If you can't secure a level parking spot, bubble levelers on the back and driver's side of the vehicle will indicate how many inches out of level the rig is front to back and side to side. Utilize the provided leveling blocks to level the vehicle. This is necessary to ensure proper function of the propane appliances, as well as provide use of the sliders. It's also a good idea to park the RV so that the main door opens onto the side with the picnic table. Please don't park too close to the fire pit. The only thing you want to be roasting are marshmallows. Also think about the location of your power, water, and sewer hookups, being particularly mindful that your sewer connection isn't uphill of your dump valves. The exterior of the RV has a number of helpful features. The main door into the coach has a handle lock and deadbolt for your safety and security, and should be kept closed and locked at all times when the vehicle is in motion. Note that each requires a different key. You can latch the main cabin door open using the stay on the right side of the door. There is a separate screen door that can be closed when weather permits. Numerous cargo bays are available for your convenience. Several of the smaller bays are already utilized for amenities provided with the RV, such as our outdoor kitchen package, which provides a 2-burner stove and propane, campfire roasters, a clothesline, and more. The maintenance compartment includes basics like duct tape, a small tool set, bungee cords, and other helpful items. Camping chairs are provided in the largest bay, but it's mostly open and, along with other bays, is available for you to use. While the compartments do lock, it is recommended that you keep your valuables and anything that isn't waterproof in the coach. The hitch on the back of the RV is not available for towing, but you can add a 5-bike locking rack to your reservation and bring along some 2-wheeled fun. On the driver's side of the motorhome, you'll find the sewer flusher connection, the main freshwater connection, and the freshwater tank fill, as well as the main electrical connection. Just below these is the access panel for the tank drains, where you'll also find the electrical hookup equipment. When you arrive at your campsite, you'll want to hook up to the campsite's electrical using what's called the shoreline. Remove the large black cable from the bin, flip up the lid on the side of the RV, insert the connector, and then hand tighten it. Next, locate the surge protector, also in the bin with the power cable. Plug it into the campsite power, and then plug the shoreline into the surge protector. Finally, flip the breaker and you're powered up. If your campsite only has a smaller household-style plug, use the 15 to 30 amp adapter provided in the bin, but do not use the coach air conditioning when connected to standard 15 amp household power, or the compressor could burn out. Also be mindful to only plug into 120 volt power. Some houses have 220 volt circuits that use the same style of plug as the RV, The plugging into such a circuit would fry the RV's electrical system and result in a costly repair. When you leave the campground, flip off the breaker, unplug the shoreline and surge protector, and disconnect from the side of the RV. Coil up the shoreline and return the cable, surge protector, and any adapters used to the bin they came out of. 120-volt power from the campsite electrical or the generator is required to run the rooftop air conditioner, microwave, and a standard household power outlets in the RV. To turn on the generator, locate the switch at the master control panel by the fridge. Be sure that all windows and roof hatches are closed before starting the generator to avoid possible fumes from entering the RV. Toggle the switch to prime and hold it down until the light turns red. Then toggle the switch to start, holding it down until the generator has started. Let it run until the microwave display comes on before utilizing 120-volt power. Keep in mind that many campgrounds have quiet hours when a generator can't be used, so plan accordingly and be a good neighbor. Most importantly, never use the generator while sleeping. The generator uses gasoline from the RV's main tank, and it will only function when the tank is at least 1/3 full. If the batteries are too low to start the generator, run the vehicle engine for a few minutes, then try starting the generator again, with the vehicle engine still running. Dual 12-volt deep cycle batteries provide power for the lights, televisions, the water pump, furnace fan, and the 12-volt power connections located throughout the coach. If you are going to use the furnace for an extended period of time or need to utilize the air conditioner, microwave, or household outlets, you'll have to plug into shore power or fire up the generator. Refer to the power systems chart and the adventure guide for a quick reference to what powers what. The batteries in the RV will charge slowly while driving, or more quickly when hooked to shore power or by running the generator. Should an electrical component stop working, it's most often a problem with campground power. Check that the surge protector outside is lit with a blue and green light. If it shows anything other than that, talk with your campground host, as there's likely a supply issue. If the surge protector shows blue and green, then check the fuse panel located in the master bedroom at the foot of the bed. Press in on the panel to pop it open and reference the labels to identify which breaker or fuse to check. If a breaker needs to be reset, simply move it to the off position and then back on. If a fuse needs replaced, spares can be found in the maintenance compartment. For water, you can fill the onboard water tank or connect to your campsite's water supply. While all water is filtered through a water pure system to provide you with clean water, it is recommended that you bring bottled water for drinking and cooking. To fill the tank, remove the cap and fill using only the supplied white drinking water hose or use the provided jerry cans. Be sure to only put empty jerry cans in the storage bay. Once the freshwater tank is filled, don't forget to replace the cap. When using your onboard tank, you'll need to utilize the water pump. Switch it on from the main control panel and be sure to turn it off when it's not in use. If the freshwater tank is empty, do not run the pump, as it could run continuously and burn out. If using the campground water supply, the pump is not needed. In fact, you need to make sure you turn the pump off before turning on the campground water supply to avoid damaging the system. Connecting to your campground's water supply is as simple as attaching the provided drinking water hose to the city water connection on the side of the RV. First, connect the provided elbow to the RV side of the connection. Then, on the supply side, attach the brass pressure regulator to the spigot before attaching the hose. The shower in the RV works just like a normal shower, but here are a few tips to get the most out of it. First, make sure that you turn the hot water heater on at least 15 to 20 minutes before you shower. Turn the pump on when you turn on the hot water heater to ensure the tank is filled with water as it's being heated. If you are connected to 120-volt electricity, you can run the hot water heater in the electric position. If you don't have electricity, you'll need to turn it on using propane. During and after your shower, it's a good idea to open the bathroom roof vent and turn on the fan to limit moisture buildup in the space. When you're taking a camp shower, keep in mind that the hot water heater is only 6 gallons, and that yields about a 7-minute shower if you're running the water at full power. So be sure to use the little button that is on the shower head and shut the water off when you don't need it. A little bit of water will still trickle out when the button is depressed, and that's perfectly normal. Many campgrounds have great shower facilities, so consider showering there and saving your onboard shower for adventures when you're off the grid. While you are using the shower and sinks, please keep the strainers in place to protect the waste tanks from expensive clogs. If you need to fill the bathroom sink or tub, stoppers are located inside the medicine cabinet. Just don't forget to put the strainers back when you're done. The toilet is also similar to what you have at home, just instead of a handle, you use a foot pedal.
Here's another pro camping tip. For your number ones, a quick flush is all you need. Depress the pedal and you're on your way. But if you've got more serious business to attend to, it's a good idea to depress the pedal slightly, filling the tank a little bit of the way. Then, when you're done, depress the pedal fully and let it run for as long as necessary to clear everything out.
Remember, only use RV toilet paper or toilet paper that is marked septic safe. Any other toilet paper could clog the system and result in a costly penalty. You can find the provided toilet paper just inside the cabinet under the bathroom sink. Be sure to never put anything other than human waste and RV-safe toilet paper down the toilet.
When it comes time to drain your wastewater tanks, it's really not as gross as you may think. Just follow these simple instructions and you'll be well on your way.
The wastewater valves are located in the same compartment with the shoreline and other electrical components. Locate the termination cap with a gray and black handle on either side. Those handles operate the valves for the wastewater tanks. Make sure both handles are fully depressed and that the termination cap is securely fastened before departing. The sewer hose is tucked into the back bumper. Simply pop the cap off the driver's side and remove the hose. 2 segments of hose are provided. If you only need one, disconnect it before removing the whole length. Unscrew the access cap in the bottom of the compartment. Make sure the black and gray wastewater valves are closed, then remove the termination cap. Feed the hose through the access hole and attach to the termination pipe with a simple turn to the right. At the campground drain, thread on the 90-degree elbow that you'll find in the compartment. It has multiple thread sizes to accommodate a wide variety of drains. If the campground drain does not have threads, you can either feed the sewer hose directly into the drain without using the elbow, or just place the elbow directly over the drain without threading it on. Just be sure to put a heavy object on the elbow while draining to prevent any spills. Make sure the hose is sloped toward the sewer pipe without kinks. You can use the Sidewinder ramp to make this super simple. It is important to leave your wastewater valves closed while parked at your campsite. The slight pressure buildup of a fuller tank helps move solids along more efficiently when you drain the tanks. Once a tank reaches 2/3 capacity, or just before you return the RV, it's time to drain. It is important you begin with the larger black handle on the toilet or black water tank. Pull it out firmly until it stops. Allow a few moments for the tank to empty. Next, open the smaller gray valve, which will drain the gray water tank and also wash out your hose. Before you depart at the end of your adventure, give the holding tanks a good rinse. First, ensure that both the black and gray wastewater valves are wide open and that the tanks are empty. Then move your freshwater hose to the sewer flusher connector. Screw it on securely, then turn the water supply on for at least 2 to 3 minutes. This will clean out the tanks and your hose. When done, shut off the water, allow the tanks to fully drain, then close the valves and remove the hose. When you remove the hose, be sure to lift it toward the sewer drain so that no water caught in a depression flows back on you. Replace the termination cap, then return the hose to the bumper. Be sure that you reconnect it to the second segment if you only used one piece, and replace the bumper end cap. Screw the access cap back in place and don't forget to remove the elbow from the sewer drain if it was used. Each time you drain your black water tank, or at least once a week, add a sewer treatment drop-in to the tank, which will help break down solids and eliminate odors which could get into the coach. Just drop one of the treatments into the toilet bowl and flush for about 20 seconds. If your campsite doesn't have a sewer hookup, most campgrounds have a dump station for you to use at your convenience. If you don't have access to a campground dump station, many travel stops or other campgrounds will have stations you can utilize for a small fee. Visit sanadumps.com or rvdumps.com for possible locations near you, or just Google RV dump stations and be sure to call ahead to confirm pricing and availability. Typically, you can just pull up, deploy your hose, and follow the same procedure we just outlined. If you are needing to dump the unit upon return, please note that there are 2 free dump stations that you may use right here at our storage facility. Several of the onboard appliances in your RV are operated with propane. You will be provided a full tank at pickup, but if you need to refill it along the way, propane for the exterior mounted tank is widely available and will be filled by an attendant while you wait. Propane is also available at our storage facility. You just need to make sure you call ahead to ensure the attendant is available. Be sure to shut off all appliances before filling up, as well as the propane shutoff valve located next to the filler valve. Turn it clockwise to close the valve anytime you're adding propane or gasoline to the vehicle. Once your propane is full, the external gauge may only read 3/4 full. This is perfectly normal. Inside at the main control panel, you can also check the propane level. Using the propane cooktop is simple and works much like a barbecue grill. First, be sure to open the glass cover over the cooktop before operating. Begin by turning on the fan over the stove and opening the rooftop vent in the main living area and turning on its fan. If weather permits, open another window as well for good ventilation. Then, turn a burner to the light position and turn the igniter knob. If the burner fails to ignite right away, turn off the burner, allow the room to air out for a few moments, and then try again, this time lighting with a campfire lighter. When preparing meals producing strong odors or grease, please cook outside using the provided 2-burner camp stove to avoid costly cleaning or odor remediation fees. To use the oven, open the oven door and position a lighted campfire lighter in front of the pilot light. Turn the oven knob to pilot and hold it for 7 to 8 seconds or until the pilot stays lit when releasing the knob. Then close the oven door and set the oven to your desired temperature. Don't forget to turn the oven off when done to conserve propane. The back of the cooktop gets very hot during oven operation, so please use caution. The microwave requires 120-volt power from either the campground power supply or generator. Be sure to use microwave-safe dishware and never microwave anything metal. The fridge freezer is a little different than what you have at home, as it can run on propane, battery power, or 120-volt power. Switch it on and be sure that the auto gas button is pressed in and the auto light is lit. This will ensure that the unit automatically switches to electrical operation when available to conserve propane. It is important the RV is level for the fridge freezer to operate properly. Try to minimize the number of times you open and close the door, as it can take several minutes for the unit to re-chill. It's a good idea to bring a cheap cooler for cold drinks so you're not constantly opening the fridge. If you wish to adjust the temperature of the fridge, you'll find the controls inside the fridge itself. Inside the main living area, you'll find plenty of useful features. The dinette seats 4 comfortably. If a 5th seat is needed, a folding stool is stowed under the bench seat for your convenience. The 2 sofas are equipped with seat belts, and the back bench seat has seat belts as well as car seat attachment points. You'll find the kitchen stocked with a variety of pots, pans, cups, plates, bowls, and utensils, as well as ample storage space. Above the fridge, you will find a French press, a K-cup style coffee maker, and a toaster. The kitchen counter can be expanded by raising the 2 extension arms and by utilizing one or both of the covers over the double sink. The sink has a detachable sprayer head and the cooktop is easy to clean. From the entry steps, convenient controls allow you to turn on living room lights, the porch light, and floor lighting. The master power knob can quickly and easily turn power on and off for the entire coach. To protect you from the costly damage that a single strong gust of wind can cause to an awning, the use of the main awning is disabled. Air conditioning and heating is controlled from the thermostat on the wall between the bathroom door and the master bedroom. Select the desired function on the thermostat and adjust the temperature. In the first menu, changing the fan to high or low will give you a constant fan function when in the cool mode. The heat strip function is not available. If the temperature numbers seem odd, it's likely that the display is in Celsius mode. You can toggle between Fahrenheit and Celsius by pressing and holding the plus/minus buttons simultaneously. The cool function is only available when connected to the campground power supply or when running the generator. Adjust the fins on the ceiling unit to direct cold air either straight into the living room or distributed throughout the coach's ductwork. The furnace not only heats the coach, but it also vents into the tanks and the water pump housings. If you find yourself camping when the temperatures are going to drop below freezing, be sure to keep the hot water heater and furnace on at all times, and have the thermostat set to at least 50 degrees even when you're away from the vehicle. This will keep the pipes from freezing. You can monitor temperatures from the multi-zone thermometer mounted on the vent hood. When the weather permits, open the many screened windows and roof vents to let in a breeze. Just be sure the vents are closed before driving away. From the master control panel, you can tell the level of your propane, coach batteries, freshwater, gray water, and black water tanks, as well as operate the water pump, hot water heater, generator, cabin lighting, and front slider. The rear slider control is mounted on the wall between the bathroom door and master bedroom. The sliders should either be kept completely open or completely closed. Only deploy the sliders if the vehicle is parked and within 1 inch of level on all sides. Once level, make sure you have at least 4 feet of clearance all around the sliders and keep everyone clear. No people or pets should be in the sliding rooms while operating the slide motors. Ideally, hook up to the campground power supply or turn on the generator before operating the sliders. This will protect the longevity of the batteries. Ensure that the pathway of the sliders both inside and out is clear and that no objects are in the way that could get caught or crushed when the rooms move. Particular areas to check include between the kitchen counter and slider and between the front couch and driver's seat. With these steps completed, deploy the sliders one at a time by pressing and holding the toggle switch in the direction you need the sliders to move. The front slider is done moving when you hear a repetitive clicking sound. As soon as you hear that sound, release the button. The rear slider will simply stop moving when it has been fully deployed. Once deployed, enjoy the extra living space. Make sure that you never move the vehicle with the sliders out.
As an additional tip, before you close your slider, always look for debris or any other kind of objects that might have gotten in the way. Common items are storm debris, household objects, and then inside you want to look for toys, bedding, even the drapes of the bunks that can sometimes get caught between the moving slider room and the coach itself.
In particular, unplug any items from the receptacle under the kitchen counter and check for items at the foot of the bed. Make sure that the main engine is turned off, as the sliders will not operate when the coach's engine is running. Once you've confirmed everything is clear and that no one is occupying the slide rooms, use the buttons to close the sliders one at a time. There are household electrical outlets throughout the motorhome. These are only operable when connected to the campground power supply or when the generator is running. 12-volt cigarette lighter style connections are located in several places around the coach and can be operated when on battery power. Several USB power adapters are provided for your use in the cabinets above the dinette. The motorhome is equipped with 3 TVs. All 3 receive signal from the rooftop antenna, which can be deployed by cranking the handle. Then turn the large aiming ring to find the best angle for your signal. The 32-inch TV at the front of the unit is also equipped with a Roku, which you can connect to your campground's Wi-Fi or tether to your own device for streaming video on the move. There's also a spare HDMI port if you want to bring your own devices. It can also be swung in or out, just be sure to tighten it down before driving. The central TV features a DVD player and the master bedroom TV has a Blu-ray player. To play audio from the front TV through the coach surround speakers, turn on the cab infotainment system and switch to the AV2 input. Illumination is provided by sleek, flush-mount LED lights located throughout the coach. The puck-style reading lights are operated using the metal tab on the side of the lights, and the master bedroom reading lights are operated by pressing up on the lighting element itself. Floor safety lighting can be turned on from the front steps control panel, and the living room lights are on a 3-way switch operable from either the front steps control panel or the central control panel above the fridge. The main cabin has extensive and easy-to-access storage spaces for your food, dinnerware, cooking utensils, clothing, and personal effects. There's even a dirty clothes hamper in the bathroom. Be intentional about how you store items so that they don't move around when the vehicle is in motion. This motorhome is designed to maximize sleeping spaces, and clever quarters abound. In the bunk room, the sofa folds down into a bed. An inflatable rail is provided for the top bunk, and curtains and doors close the space off for privacy. You can raise the upper bunk and latch it into place while driving, or to maximize headroom below if that bunk isn't needed. In the main coach, the over-the-cab, nearly king-sized bed requires no setup and is ready to go. Access it by removing the ladder and latching it to the front edge of the bunk. It is also supplied with an inflatable bed rail, but parents should use discretion when placing children in the over-the-cab bed or top bunk. Finally, the dinette also converts into a bed. First, remove the seating cushions. Then unlock the tabletop from underneath and firmly push on the table to lower it into place. Replace the cushions and you're ready to go. The master bedroom is equipped with a Certipedic short queen mattress and can be closed off from the rest of the coach by a sliding wood door. Regardless of which beds you use, please make sure that one of the provided mattress protectors is utilized underneath any bedding materials. None of the beds should be used while the vehicle is in motion. All occupants should be seated with seatbelts fastened throughout the duration of the drive. Finally, just a couple items to remember to keep you and your fellow adventurers safe. First, never use the vehicle's engine for heat while you are sleeping, or heat with the cooktop burners or oven. The motorhome is equipped with a carbon monoxide and propane detector, which should be tested daily. Keep in mind that these are sensitive devices and could alarm a false positive when sensing certain air fresheners or perfumes. If that happens, it should automatically shut off after a few moments. If it continues to sound, shut off the propane and call the host number in your adventure guide. There is also a smoke detector in the main living area, which should be checked daily as well. Just inside the main door, you'll find a fire extinguisher. Floor lighting is provided for your safety and convenience, along with porch lights on either side of the RV as well as an awning light. Exhaust from the furnace and hot water heater is hot, and so the exhaust vents for these appliances understandably get very hot when in operation. Please use caution around these vents and do not touch them. In the event of an accident, contact us as soon as it is safe to do so and complete the accident report form in your adventure guide. If anything breaks or is damaged during your stay, let us know right away so that we can begin ordering parts even before you return to minimize downtime. Before departing, review the departure checklist at the back of your adventure guide. And before you return, be sure to clean the interior of the RV using the cleaning checklist taped to the back of the cabinet door above the kitchen sink. Cleaning supplies are located under the kitchen sink. Make sure you drain your wastewater tanks, add a few gallons of fresh water for the return trip, disconnect all of your hookups, and lock all exterior storage compartments. On the inside, be sure to close the sliding doors separating the master bedroom and bunkhouse, shut and latch the glass shower door, shut the bathroom door, secure all loose items, especially those on the kitchen counter which can be stowed in the sink, center and lower the TV antenna and any roof vents that were opened, lower the cooktop cover, secure the over-the-cab TV and ladder, securely latch the fridge and freezer, and close the sliders. And don't forget to pick up the leveling blocks after you roll off them.
And that's it. If you need any more information on any of the topics we've covered, you'll be able to review it in your Adventurer's Guide, which you'll receive when you pick up the RV. Or if you want, you can download it now. The link is below in the description. Have an amazing trip, a truly great adventure, and thank you again for choosing Great Adventures RVs.